Hey, Jim here from K2 Concepts, shooting a follow-up video on a question about our exhaust system that we did to our media blast cabinet. It is single stage versus two stage, okay? And it's a legitimate question and it's pretty good, so I took a little bit of time to explain the difference to you guys who don't know what the difference is. Alright, first off, it was a Harbor Freight exhaust system, not a Home Depot exhaust system. So I apologize about that, but Harbor Freight dust collection system. All right, so before I get started, a little a little beer for the haters. All right, I'm going to try to explain to you guys single stage versus two stage on a Harbor Freight dust collection system. And it's going to take a little bit of work on your part, but depending on your budget and your circumstances, one or another will probably work best for you. All right, so single stage. This is what it comes from stock. Okay, so this is out of the box. Out of the box, OTB. How about that? All right, so with the Harbor Freight dust collection system, you have a motor with an impeller here. You're pulling in your dust from here or any of the debris, and it goes through the impeller, goes out into basically a cyclone system or a dust deputy system, and what it does is it causes everything to spin. The heavy debris will float to the bottom. The light dust and everything will go out to the top. Now, the top of this is basically a bag filtration system, and it's supposed to stop most of the dust. The problem with this type of setup is that this bag up here that's allowing that exhaust to go into your shop doesn't always stop as much dust as you guys are going to like to, because the microns, it's still letting through some stuff. So depending on your shop, most people at this point will convert over to some kind of heavy-duty filter. If you can't exhaust to the outside, if you can't cut through your roof, cut through your walls, there are limitations. This may be the system for you. There's a couple of different downfalls. What I don't like about it, number one, is that any of the dust, debris, or garbage that you're pulling off the floor or off the machines, it's going to hit your impeller first, okay? I don't like that because you can damage your impeller, especially if you want to do a little shop vacuum setup and you know, you're pulling it in and you pull in a couple of screws or some heavy metal or anything like that. It's going to ding this impeller. If this impeller gets out of balance, then you're going to take out a motor, you're going to replace the impeller. So you can probably put some kind of filter on the intakes, maybe, I don't know, but that's going to load up too. Anytime that you guys put any type of filter, you stands a chance of loading up any media type of filter, okay? So first and foremost, you can pull debris in and damage your impeller and possibly your motor. Second is that most of the dust or some of the dust may make it back into the shop, which is what you're trying to prevent. Alright, so that's a single stage. Everything drops here and disperses out. Alright, with a two stage, what we do is we separate the motor from the dust collection system, and we actually create a positive pressure rather than, actually, well, maybe this would be negative pressure. I'm not quite sure. Anyhow, your dust is going to come into the dust collection system right here and the bottom bag. And rather than going out into a bag system here, we plated it off, and so the dust comes in, heavy debris drops down here, anything light goes out through the impeller and then out through your roof or any place else that you guys want to disperse it. Now again, we're taking into account, or we're assuming that you can discharge the dust to the outside. This is a lot cleaner system, okay? This eliminates any of your heavy particulates or trash, nuts, bolts, stuff that you pull off your floor going in. They're going to fall to the bottom here, okay? And then the rest is going to disperse out. This is probably a better option if you guys are having exhaust systems on your blast cabinets, because what's going to happen is that some of your media, so we'll just take this out and we'll just put in media here, which could be your aluminum oxide or your garnet, your glass beads, whatever you guys are using as a media is going to go through here and it's going to fall to the bottom. So at that point, dust is just going to go out. You're going to save dollars because you're recycling your media. Once this fills up to the point where you want to reclaim it, at that point you detach it from there, take this, dump it through a filter, put it back into your system. You could probably go about 10 times, okay, with any of your media. You can recycle it about 10 times. That's pretty much the rate that most guys that I've talked to. They run it through here, load this up, pull it back, filter it out, dump it out, and they track it, and you get about 10 turns, if you will, of your media. So the dust system or dust reclamation, or actually not dust reclamation, just a dust system, dust collection system, this might be your best bet, except for the fact that you may load this filter, which means you're going to have to clean this out, or you're going to be breathing dust if the microns aren't down to where you want it to be, versus something like this. Now, if you don't want to reclaim your media, it's just dust. Once the dust fills up, you just dump it out. But everything else goes back to the outside. So, benefits to you guys, all right? First of all, it's going to be the cost. It's only about a couple $100 for that Harbor Freight exhaust or dust collection system. I mean, it's, if you get a catalog or a coupon, it's down around 140, 150 bucks. You can build the rest of the system for another 50, 60 bucks and have a decent exhaust system which is not going to contaminate your working space. So your cost. Second of all, it's a dust deputy that's already built into it. If you look at the Harbor Freight, it's got the center thing that sits over the bag house, or the collection and the bag house. This actually creates a centrifuge here and causes all your heavy particulates to drop down, the lighter ones to exhaust. That's basically what a dust deputy. A dust deputy is going to cost you $100 by itself. So whatever you guys spend, if you want to include some kind of centrifugal drop, pressure drop, whatever system they call it, this is already built in to that. So you're going to save money there. You got a great motor and a great design. We've been running this thing for just about a year now, and it runs perfectly. There's no overamping. It does draw a little bit, about 7 to 8 amps, so you want to make sure that your circuit is capable of handling it. But it's a great motor, great design. You don't have any cleaning, because anything that makes it up to the motor up here or the impeller is just dust. So you're not going to load up anything. Wear and tear on the motor and the impeller. And but again, if this is some kind of dust or reclamation system for your blast cabinets, you're going to be able to recycle the media this way. So that's it for this one. Okay, I hope you guys found it interesting. Again, single stage versus two-stage exhaust systems. Single stage, dropping everything and blowing it out into the shop, any dust. Two-stage, you're actually dropping your heavy particulates and then distributing whatever's left to the outside air. That's it for this one. Join us on the forum, k2forums.com. Email me, k2forums@gmail.com for questions, comments, or anything like that. subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join us on the forum. There's a lot more information than this. If you have any needs as far as activator guns, activator, any other supplies, k2shoponline.com. And I don't know, I'm done talking. Here, a little beer for the haters. We're still here, and I hope you guys are having a good day dipping. We'll talk to you later.